nyantechwa maybe am this ka be free Europe akoma ebusuafo wo Ghana no me use tap send no fee mobile money transfer eye easy eye convenient eye fast and sound so ye free won't you hwe me discover ye mapim tap send Intienne also download the tap send app no ever mobile phone so free na fesika komo ebusuafo wo Ghana fa na nyina tap send papa no
everybody check now check it that beat is real don't will make it kill ya get your green select glucometer and check it sugar level check it green select glucometer check it push sugar level for check it reselect glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
Emre tudo na ni etena ka mu kwanten akotonyo mabegu ye shop mu se ubenya ni nyina ofako enno so ya asem foforo owo so to mfa ko sika so ne mpatamu anasa achimota lapa se kosi nsawam Jimmy Dale is your one-stop shop distribution for wholesale and retailers safa drinks insure enyane anasa ade bia wo pebia so wo koton ko ade a ene bia wo se wutu a eye Jimmy Dale. You can locate Jimmy Dale Ventures at Giga Junction inside Soto or call us now on 0208-920-996. Jimmy Dale Ventures, the official sponsor for Sammy Flex TV.
Oh my goodness, Tuesday evening here on Sammy Flex TV. We are gathered ready to talk show business and we want you to be part of this. If you are always going to be part of us, we are going to be very happy. So why don't you join us now? Give us some maximum 2 hours and let's do this. Today, because of time, we are not going to spend so much. We're going to kick them, they run away. So big ups to our pundit of the week. I hear Derek Man is all tata.
My money message you behind closed doors. And emoji abante na o serena say emoji ni nkwa no di kumi.
I don't know my message. It's on your day.
Oh brasa me say unya no ana kakraba so ase unya. Obi ama me bewu.
That's so mentia.
Obi ama me bewu.
On our winning pandit of the quarter. And the amount of $100.
Brasa me.
To also anything.
Oh, aba unya je kakra me also de ba mu
a. Are you the winner?
I'm not the winner.
I want to say when we need be so.
Oh, well, it's not me, baby. I do, baby. Emoji.
I want to be sure of something. The message Ben I sending. Message Ben I sending.
Oh, so much say number they WhatsApp in. Say mumu. Into about 8 o'clock. I mean, say about that time more show so around 6 going into about 8, 9, 10. What day we do fee naka.
Sometimes they know a drip here.
Well, send it here. The calculation I Juma.
It was said in not to say.
No, I send me emoji.
Oh, there we go. It's all good. Okay, so once again, congrats to Kojo King. And special thanks to you once again, Professor Ankoda Rebel, for making it happen. Now I'm sure now that Kojo has won, we are looking for the next winner. You the way you are taking someone, but if you win, one Ghana, one Ghana, you have told us that oh, it's that the boys oh this month this quarter. Alright, so that was just our way of starting today's edition. Derek Money is at the other side, Roland Amate is in the middle, and Nana Reagan at the usual position about to do today's edition of Showbiz Daily. We do this with you guys all the time, so God bless you. Thanks for spending time with us here. To Digital Rasta, Currency, Richie Flex, and Emmanuel RPG, Gideon Elampesin for making this happen. They are the guys behind the scenes. And to those of us on the screens, we have so many things to talk about today. Papy Kojo is in the news. We'll be talking about him. Stonebwoy is also here. And Sonnie Badu is also here. And Way Your Tin, they are also in the news. So, two great people who are in the news today, and they are the guys who are going to be talked about here on Showbiz Daily. Remember to share the link with your people. Comment, because we want to read your comments. And thanks for making sure you also praise someone and his work so the person can win. Who knows? Maybe the way you praise someone's submissions, it will influence Professor Ankunan Rebel to say, okay, next quarter it is Derek Money who is winning. Then we can all share the. It is Kariman. I know we had Okay. I want us to look at this particular one, which is coming from a man of God. His name is Sonnie Badu, and as it stands now, he is the most expensive gospel artist as much as Ghana's chapter is concerned. If he goes out of the Ghana's chapter, I wouldn't know whether he will still be the most expensive. In an interview with Zion Felix, he said something worth talking about, and I want us to discuss it. He's saying that if you are looking for his services as a church, as an organization, and your money power is not heavy, he's not saying much, go online, look for Sonnie Badu, and watch him on YouTube. After that statement, so many people are discussing it. Some people think it is a statement coming out of pride. Others also think it is a professional statement because, yes, this is what he does for a living. He is a man of God. He is a musician. If you want his services, he's coming with an entourage. Basma, bassist count, guitarist count, like Obia. If you cannot afford him, no wahala, no big deal. Go on to YouTube. And I'm sorry, now might be a YouTube large screen, big screen, might be a big screen. Then not to let it rain. Then they're more having fun. But if you want him physically, then he should be ready to cough out some money. Is this statement coming from a department of pride or it is coming from a department of professionalism? What is your position? Watch this video. When I come back, we are sure going to discuss this. Nana Reagan, because he's now working with gospel artists, he is going to start this. Let's listen to what he says onto this one. Watch it. I'll be right back.
I'll do that, and we spent about $300,000. And I'll do that, and we spent about $300,000. And I'm okay with that. Make me one show per year, and I'll be okay with that because I don't need to do it again. The impact has been made. We pulled everybody from all over America. DAR Constitution. That's where Eddie Murphy. That's where the presidents. That's where they run they do their campaigns and their comedy shows. I'm the first African to literally do it there. And I'm at the place because of my itinerary. I got to write books. I've written 50 books. I've got to pastor, mentor, be a husband. I have 5 children. So if it's not worth it for me, and I can do my own concert, remember that? Yeah. So in the itinerary, we kind of plan it and get it done.
They were crying that Sonnie Badu is expensive. And if you get hold of him, it's not easy. Obanswa, the team is like
an entourage.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the football bus never.
Yeah.
And you will do it. Because what I put on the table, you wouldn't get it anywhere else. Zion Felix is very different from other bloggers. Doesn't mean come down to other people's level. No. Who you are is who you are. Those who can afford you can afford you. Those who cannot. And I'd rather stay up there. And we have more stadiums coming up. And you have to meet our requirements or I'm not coming.
But they say you have to win souls for Christ. So the fact that my money can't get Sonnie Badu means some souls be any runner. Drew, baby, not Jesus or disciples Nibusan about paying bills. No, God said, give Caesar what belongs to Caesar. And no more Caesar. My first spirituality and fra
things that has to be done. Nyamiadum YouTube ho. Inti se wuntimi wo me physically obetimi ahwe YouTube. Spirituality and things that has to be done. Nyamiadum YouTube ho. Inti se wuntimi wo me physically obetimi ahwe YouTube.
All right, so that was the punchline that ended the interview for us. And the interview, I'm sure the full length is on Zion Felix TV, so you can also check it out if you are interested and you want to listen to the full show. But then I'm coming to Nana Reagan. Nana Reagan is a publicist. He's a journalist, right, for flexxnewspaper.com, and he's also a promoter in the gospel music industry for Media XL and other platforms. Nana, what do you think about Sonnie Badu's statement? Pride or professionalism?
I think it's professionalism. It has got nothing to do with pride.
Okay.
I mean, ministry is expensive.
Very well.
To run a gospel ministry it is no joke. I mean, people should stop pretending and hiding things like, oh,
Nina Teo, come on, so speak up. That guy. So speak up.
Shout out to Nino Teo. So people should actually stop. Like, I want to agree with him if he says people should stop trying to mix, spirituality with things that has to be done for the ministry to grow. You understand? That's what I mean. At Media XL, we are currently promoting like 3 artists. If I tell you the budget we are using to promote just a single artist, not album, we are promoting that single artist single.
A single from a single artist.
Yes. If I tell you the budget that
has gone into it
to promote that single, you open your mouth.
I think today I saw a headline on Ghana Web where one artist you guys promoted before said the money she used to do the promotion, she could have used it to buy a house or something like that.
I mean, it's possible.
Yeah. It's possible.
Sometimes
let me confirm that. I think the story is on Ghana Web.
Promotional budget. Sometimes when you see, and sometimes the thing is you can agree on a promotional budget, and then in the process you exceed the budget.
Yeah.
Because there are hidden costs and all of that that comes that you can't also halt the promotion in the middle of the thing. So you still have to continue. So I mean, I want to agree with Sonnie Badu that people should understand the ministry and how it works. If Sonnie Badu is, playing a concert, and then of course based on how he wants the concerts to come or be presented, you can't like afford him. I mean, it is not disrespect because YouTube itself is a platform to serve other audience. Can we say, let's say we are serving a certain audience because we think certain people cannot afford DSTV? Do you get it?
Yeah,
like, imagine somebody saying, okay, you are watching Showbiz Daily because you can't afford DSTV. Like, I mean, it is there to also serve an audience. So if you can't have the opportunity or can't afford to, let's say, buy a ticket to a Sonnie Badu's concert, and then let's say Sammy Flex TV will go to that event, go and record it, come and upload it. I mean, you have to have a share.
But Zion asked some follow-up question that, you are doing the work of God, you are to win souls. So if you speak this way, the souls that you're supposed to win, are you not sounding a little harsh to them?
No, not at all, because Basami, you see, Sonnie Badu is an artist, a musical artist, so definitely his shows or concerts will not be same package and all of that. So what he has to do as a gospel minister is to know that, okay, this time if I'm going to Gambia, I have to, based on the audience that I'm going to serve, this is the rates that I have to go in there so that people can afford. Okay. They are also souls. If I'm going to America, it would definitely not be the same thing, because if Sonnie Badu has to fly, let's say 10 people from UK to even America, you can imagine the cost in there involved. Yeah. And if he is flying people from UK to Gambia, it is never, the budget can never be the same. So I think
okay, so I think I've gotten the artist, Alice Mackenzie. Okay. Yeah, who is saying the money I used to promote my first album can build a house in Ghana.
Of course, sometimes
UK-based Alice Mackenzie is noted for saying this.
I'm not surprised. I mean, so if the budgets cannot be the same, most of the time rates, ticket sales, and all of that, you have to consider the budget that you are using for the entire event.
Did you guys work with Alice Mackenzie?
I'm not too sure. Yeah, I'm not too sure. I don't need to ask.
So
you have to consider that okay, I'm using 20,000 or 50,000 Ghana cedis to host this event. So how can I get 50,000 and the profit? That is the things that you need to factor into to determine, okay, then I'm selling tickets at 100 cedis, or I'm selling tickets at 50 cedis, or I'm even selling tickets at 5 cedis. Because I don't think you can use a higher budget and then you put out ticket sales where you will not even get half of the money that you've invested in the event. So it is professionalism. We shouldn't attach emotions to it and make it look like, or can't in some fortune and I say Christopher. No. Seriously, sa kasa we bu maya ye shift ko omo ye nyame nkrofo nti no ka say o kasa no ka ye nyame nipa no ka say am I even sorry them? People are bleeding, they can't even come out and say. The last time I took my artist to Adom FM for Adom live worship, okay. And after the live worship, Kwam Naidan did something. He called all the instruments. Instead of talking to my artist, he just spoke to my artist for some few minutes. Decided to bring all the instrumentalists back on air, and they started engaging them and the things they were saying. He was asking them, why do you guys like playing shabu like that? He was like, no, if you sit at one place, the pastor sees you as if, oh, it's Fuminyame. So there's no reason to even pay you. And some of these instrumentalists, they are over 30. Some of them have kids. They have wives. In fact, Obu on man no pen or will be a studio kit to ebu on the fee. Or keyboard and I say bass guitar be and I say what I saying Sasa sorry salary kakran kakrabina amba. So we need to take some of these things very, very important. The bottom line is that Charlie, when it is business, let's approach business as business and not mix spiritualities with scriptures because studios all record there fast scriptures they don't present you with scriptures. So be promotion, they don't present you with scriptures. When you want to fly artists from Nigeria, add them to your event, if you want to do collaborations, nobody will go and ask you, okay, Charlie read John 3:16 and then and I will read Matthew 17:17. Then and I say, Mame Patricia scripture 50-40-44. Then nobody does that. So let's approach business as business. Let's see spirituality as spirituality.
All right, Mami called Derek Man. You're thanking Nana Reagan. Derek Man is also a journalist. He's also a blogger, a talent manager. Derek, asema that he can own say. Let me put a question in two folds. Ahantan kasa. Ahomaso medase. Ahomaso kasa ana adwuma mra na oka.
Brasam, I would say there is no iota of pride in what he said. The hard truth is difficult to say. But when you say, and the people who understands the truth understands you, you are good to go.
Like Nana Reagan understands him.
You are good to go.
So how about those who don't understand?
It's their own cup of
tea.
Because Brasam, looking at a brand like Sonnie Badu, as he's saying, when you booked him for a show, he's coming with a whole entourage. You play live. The instrumentalist, he will be on Probakasaye Keke.
No, you can't from this kind of something.
There be that one also, yeah, that's the job. That one plays major role. One funny thing, a woman crying said there's one gentleman who is sitting in front today. He has just to do the again. Only him. He's sitting there. These are all packages coming together on a show. Let's come back to what he's trying to put across. A brand like Sonnie Badu. Now music is automatically business. And if you want to hire his services, the first thing that has to come in your mind is business. I'm going to approach Sonnie Badu for a show. Bear in mind, he's not going to perform for free.
Exactly.
Think about this thing too. Secondly, when you think about him playing the show, you think about the affairs of the people around him as well. Because he alone cannot do the job.
Exactly.
So automatically, you know, the cost will be very huge.
Okay.
If you can't afford, he's going to do all these things. You put it on YouTube. You go to YouTube, you watch it. At the end of the day, you get views, subscribers, and also get money over there. And you tit for tat. He's getting the money he wants.
What your castle?
What your castle? But here you were not able to afford the live performance now. But I mean, this is a wake up call. These are certain things. Whilst you are living in the industry, you know, because if he is a man of God and a gospel artist, and then he always thinks, or the gospel fraternity, many people think, hey, as a gospel musician, as a man of God, they will show they will all end up being charity cases on the industry. Because at the end of the day, if a show no koba, it for the betterment of he himself and the whole team. On the transportation, about to and flow, they have to eat. You have to fuel them. So no matter the situation, send me away your mubiano. And was someone soon I walk off and who say there is cost involved. So if he is charging you, be ready to pay. If you can't pay, be ready to buy data. Go to YouTube and watch.
But the presence of the performer and watching the person on screen, no?
Difference room.
Feeling in your pay.
The feeling is the money.
I say, okay, big enough phone so a chiro na also kita na faster. Faster.
Last time, you know,
faster,
and your pedal. But we have to understand him. If you understand the business side of music, you have to understand him. And sorry them a preaching Sonnie Badu of. We know Sonnie Badu to be a musician. He records music. Of course, studio recording, he pays. Anything involves with his production, he pays money. So anytime you are trying to involve his services, be ready to pay. To me, Mihuni said he's sending a signal to a friend saying ministers and our pastors. Most of the time, Okoye Juma ewa sorry fina okwa. They have this word that they say Juma and he's sending a signal to them that that's the message he's sending. It's about time the men of God needs to see the people working in the vineyard as same people employed by God to do the work of God. So they are also supposed to be paid, not just doing the work. The work in a keke say nyamia juma and ye. At the end of the day, nyamia juma no okofia obedi asem no.
Now, let me ask this final question before I come to Roland. A bano gospel. Do you spiritual men in the sea now, mine it's okay. Since here and for the spiritual purpose, it's highly business. And also not a saying because gospel need the money is different from the spiritual aspect of it.
Sure.
It's more then there's no gospel. Oh.
But I mean, there is still gospel because at the end of the day, I'm not to cry now. Was soon the spirit to me foul. There's gospel. He made a quote, H. Zion, or say, "A do baby no yes you catch and say give Kaiser to Kaiser." And no for is kind of the buy. Perfect example to back his submission. A do baby na try a woman say ye majuma dear, but a do baby you give what is due to the who deserves it. Because Enkobani said, a juma, sir. Yamia juma bia na ketua wom. It either comes from both angles. Or when no bia na die na ketua beba. So if their performance are, that is where they are being getting paid. Because their performance. Anybody who performs on stage is being paid physical money. And your quotation near catchereno. And Yamisha ne din sat to na pempem ni abom pa agunu so no. He performs. And from the act of performing, no, at the end of the day, the person is being paid. So this is a signal to all men of God.
Okay.
Oh, we dey nyame adwuma na be ye no nyame ache yabre. They say yomunya ye Sonnie Badu kura be ka de. This is the final conclusion. Ofa onipa no ye adwuma wa sorry a pay them.
Well spoken, Derek Money. Derek Money has shared a story about Nadam for Pastor Bia or call. Now sorry, I went to Yadika. I remember that story very well. Oh, kind of Mekai. Okay, yes, Roland. What is your position on this?
That's what I mean. Dr. Sonnie Badu has spoken well. In fact, all Kasano, I would be saying, is it a talk of pride? And I said, yeah. The one question I kept asking myself is, if you are a church or you are an organization and you want somebody on your platform, there's one question that you are supposed to ask yourself and answer before you even pick a phone to even reach out to the person. That is, what are you hoping to achieve? That is the first question that you need to answer. A gospel minister like Nathaniel Bassey, the Nigerian gospel musician who is also a trumpeter. Onobeka Chao said when you call him for a show or when you call him to your platform, he's not going to charge you. But then, if you want to bless him, he will take it. That is it. Payment comes in different folds. There's that one that over friendly panel, then the person says, okay, I am coming. There are so many gospel musicians and their rates or how they demand for payment. Rebecca said, I'm coming with an entourage. I want you to take care of them. And this is the charge. That's all. Somebody will tell you, okay, we are coming. And we are a whole gospel ministry. Like this group of Mutunyumi. They will come, they will tell you we're a whole gospel ministry. And everybody needs to get paid. So when we are charging, we charge as we. And not them or I. So if you are charging, recently Archbishop Duncan Williams brought one Nigerian big pastor, Apostle Joshua Selman, to Ghana. The show was free. People went there, their lives were touched. Some people stayed who could not even go to the auditorium, stayed home, watched on television. Some watched on Facebook, YouTube, and all that. So when he says if you can't afford him, go on YouTube and watch, it is not an insult. Because we live in this country where people who have not even seen their head pastor before, but are always seeing him on screen. And they still confess of receiving miracles.
I think there is a church down here at the Deseret Hospital Road. I know they always worship on the screen.
Yes. There are lots.
There are lots. Even Christ Embassy. They do it. There are so many people. So, and also, until Rebecca said, oh, Pastor, said, we did what a it depends on what you are like. Their own hope is to achieve. So, if you're a church and you want a minister like Sonnie Badu or somebody of his caliber, first ask yourself, what are you hoping to achieve? Because at the end of the day, what I know of Archbishop inviting Apostle Joshua Selman was that after that, there were offerings. Mind-blowing offerings. It wasn't just offerings, mind-blowing. There's always an altar call. Yes. Somebody can just say, okay, I want Dr. Sonnie Badu on my show or on my platform or in my church. I am doing this show. And this is the rate. Put out a ticket, and when the man finishes performing, that's all. Everybody goes home. There's nothing like altar call. Or that is if you want to do something, you do it out of your own free will. But somebody would say, okay, I will foot the bill. Everything, you come. After that, we do altar call. Now you just come as offering. At the end of the day, on Teneka. Artist known to Yaneka. That is business. So it depends on how you look at it. So when you look at it as a statement of pride, then obviously from the first point you don't know what you want. If you say you want to touch lives, there are so many ways you can touch lives. If you can't afford him, just like people sit on screens and watch your friend says sermons of their pastors and musicians, there are so many musicians that go on radio or TV platforms and say, oh, people sometimes, I meet people and they give me testimonies of how my song saved them from even committing suicide or doing something bad. So if you can't afford Dr. Sonnie Badu, nothing stops you of holding a Sonnie Badu concert live on YouTube. Back to back. He has his ministrations all over YouTube, all over the internet. If you think you can't afford him physically, you can even, and you see, from what he said, he's human. He's just like any other organization that is open to negotiations. His rate is not fixed. Say, maybe the other family and yet $100,000 a member. No, it is not fixed. Everyone out of what idea who person will achieve him will determine whether he will come for free or not. He went to play a concert in Nigeria recently before he came to Ghana. When he came to Ghana, he did not play any concert. You should see his entourage. A whole bus, even Ghana called by a free Kumasi crab, Bakra. Look at the people that was following. Like you imagine, you ask yourself, say, hey, it's woman in a jack, or Jumaho, Edinechi, and how would they survive? Which is how come Jesus Christ got to a point how to turn your friend and say the small food to multitudes, because the people that were following him needs to feed.
We're wrapping up.
So if you see this as a statement of pride, then in the first place you don't even know what you want. Because if you know the value of the person you are bringing, even if he asks you for half of the world, and you know what you are hoping to achieve, and you can afford it, you will.
Well, I still remember that man of God from Nigeria who said if you are an instrumentalist and you have to take money from the church, then it means you are a thief. Satan's cousin. I wonder what that man will be saying if he watches this interview, though. I'm just wondering what he will be saying. Well, let's move on. Thanks, guys. Wonderful delivery. First topic done. Let's move on into the second discussion. And here I want to talk about Papy Kojo. And saying, Mr. Papy Kojo interviews me, like, I'm not too sure what might be bothering him. Looks like he has issues with everybody around him. I don't know how it happened, and I don't know what is going on. He has issues with his own boy, Joy B. And in the freshest interview that we have to review, he is talking about his issues with Mr. Eazi. And the things he was saying, if you claim Mr. Eazi is owing you, go take the money. He said, no, I'm taking the money on Twitter. Well, maybe I do not understand it. I always want to put myself in that position that maybe I'm not understanding those who are talking. Who knows? My people might understand them better. So let's go watch the interview. It was an Amia Debra interview. And when we come back, we are sure going to have a full discussion just as we did. And I want to say thanks to my people for breaking down the issues the way you can also understand it. Let's watch this interview. I'll be right back.
What has Mr. Eazi done to you?
He owes me money.
What has Mr. Eazi done to you?
He owes me money. From music. There is this song, Akwaba remix. He did my vocals on it. He didn't give me any credits. It's still out there. Akwaba money since 2008.
Why didn't he give you credit?
I don't know. Ask him.
When did you realize that he didn't give you credit on the Akwaba song? Because 2018 is a long time.
The remix came out, I think, 2019. Okay. Or 2020. I don't know when they did it. I wasn't involved, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, I realized and I was like, what's the meaning of this,
So when you realized that, did you reach out to him privately to say, yo, Eazi, I think I deserve this?
I reached out to Guilty because the song belongs to Guilty Beat. Yeah, and then I found out he's handling those things.
You found out Mr. Eazi is handling?
Yeah, and I don't like him, so I'm not going to reach out to him. I'll reach out to him on Twitter.
But if you don't like him, he has something obviously that belongs to you, that you need to take.
That's what I'm doing on Twitter.
Not everything can be solved on Twitter.
Who decided that? Who made that decision? I believe that everything can be solved on Twitter. Because people like to play fake and then look like Jesus on Twitter. So if everything is on Twitter, proof everything, then we know who is the Jesus. Because I'm tired of...
You've written so many things, like almost every day for several weeks. Mr. Eazi has not said one thing back.
And I'm not saying it for Mr. Eazi to say something back. Mr. Eazi can say something back right now, tomorrow. Like
well, so you listen to the conversation between the presenter at Amiral TV and hip hop and hip life artist Papy Kojo. Papy Kojo claims to want to take his money, but he wants to take the money on Twitter. Well, let me leave that one to Roland. Let me listen to what he will say. Ro, I don't know if you've been following Papy for the past month.
I've been following his rants ever since he left Italy and came to Ghana. I think that's when this whole fracas started.
With Joy B, right?
Yes. And then he has one problem or the other. He calls for a problem. Looks as if someone solve it. Then the following day, another thing comes up. Probably, if not from the same person, maybe from a different person. And I ask myself, is Papy Kojo going through depression? That's one question that I keep asking myself. And from the behaviors, you know, sometimes somebody who is drunk will never admit that he is drunk. It is very difficult.
Unless he falls.
Fine, still grinding. That's one phase I feel man is going through, because yes, he has attained a lot when it comes to music. He enjoyed that buzz, but now because it is down, and you be an itimi ekitanisa, and you be an itimi when it comes to some of these things, and some people would like to vent their anger or frustrations on anything that they feel was done to them wrongly, or anybody, which at a point they feel like, okay, now what has Papy Kojo got to lose in the music game? Nothing, absolutely nothing. When it comes to getting hits, he has. I don't know of awards though, but for an artist who has been there, like had so many hits, and now it's not getting the same response, and it's not as if he is not doing active music. It is very easy for the person to vent his frustrations on others like this. Which is why today I see him ranting about one person, then tomorrow he goes to chat the same person and screen records or screenshots on any chat, come and put it on social media, which I feel is very childish. Because yes, it's very, very childish from the things that he's doing, because a person of his caliber and his experience in the game should know better. Yes, I'm sure he is going to use that I want to be real, I don't want to be fake kind of tag. But there is nothing real in having a conversation with somebody, privately screenshotting it or screen recording it and coming to put on social media. And what do you hope to achieve? To tell the whole world that the person is fake? Bro, you can tell somebody that this person is fake. And on that, even after making that statement, now there is nothing you can do about it. So if he is saying that yes, he owes me, Mr. Eazi owes him, and now he feels he can take whatever belongs to him on Twitter. Where is it? Or he feels that okay, should Mr. Eazi come to respond that okay, indeed, I did you wrong, and I would want to, correct that mistake, and that, would that give him satisfaction? Me, I feel it wouldn't. Even if Mr. Eazi comes to say, just like Shatawale, that beat producer had a banter on Twitter and later came to say okay, with Yaneka, and they squashed their beef. Even if Mr. Eazi comes to do that with Papy Kojo today, tomorrow, I am telling you, I can bet with my last coin that you will see Papy Kojo with another person again having a banter, having a problem, because what they had an ankasa any or venting any rant no rant to social media. They have the music satisfaction that he's not getting. The music attention that he's not getting. That is what I feel is his problem. Until he gets that, I don't know who will be the very full bit me setting it down as like this particular point in time and talk some sense to him. I don't know who. But if there's anybody out there like that, then the person should reach out to him before it escalates to a different level. Because an artist of his caliber with so much talent, in fact, when we went to the Western and Central. You can see the number of people who even look up to him.
Yeah.
And he has so much influence that this talent cannot go to waste. It's me. I feel it's psychological. Maybe depression. I and Sama or venting anger on one person to the other. I feel a music satisfaction or attention.
No, wait. Do you want to say onya hating it and
oh yes, I said account. And sometimes it is not only about getting the hate. It's about getting that attention that you feel say if you say Papy Kojo's rant day in day out has never gotten any form of serious attention. Any serious attention be out. Kind of okay, Papy Kojo you being your banter pa and it is trending like #1 on Twitter. Like any attention. So he still feels for somebody who has had hit upon hit, and you know, the hit much of the credit was given to Joey B. So he still feels within he has done so many things that Onya due credit. And this one, it takes lots of work for the person to understand say na niyama bi tie. You would have to move on with it. Just go, do whatever you can do that makes you happy and just continue with your life. Obi amount of credits for something that you feel you have done. Yes, it is painful, but it is not the end of your life. You can still move on because talent ne will move any panimu. And you have so many years ahead of you that you can prove everybody wrong. So he should the only thing I can advise my brother is to just calm down. Rant na eyi. I would not be surprised if tomorrow he comes and be beefing the first gentleman of the land. Because I feel say ni here na pa na attention when it comes to his effort in the music until he gets that. I don't think man will be satisfied. So me, this rant there. I'm not surprised.
Well, Derek Money to Asumami. I don't know what you're also seeing. Whether this is a legitimate call from him to get what belongs to him, and I say also something different. You see otherwise.
I think we just discovered the male version of Papy Kojo. That's a reality.
Something wrong.
Gabi, I say I'm not because so.
Maybe also run our dream.
Well, I feel imagine because I'm not also be come ask now be challenging. Or private chat.
No, they are bad.
They are bad.
We just discovered the male version of Papy Kojo. That's Papy Kojo.
Okay, sir.
Pappy day.
Papy Kojo. That's I am saying Papy Kojo is going through a lot, which basically he knows what.
Is that what you guys see?
Yeah, through Basami. That is
what. Because this is someone who feels betrayed and he think he shouldn't vent.
Yeah, there are so many.
Someone feels betrayed and he think he shouldn't vent.
How long are you going to vent?
How because he hasn't gotten what he's looking for. The other channel, Onyai.
Basami. There are so many things going on in the mind of Papy Kojo. Because we video car, Twitter 9 car. So I don't understand
the problems.
Twitter 9
say on family made the Twitter.
Twitter 9 car.
How they confusing kakamo.
Ain't na brako kono. Twitter 9 car. Brasam, let's come back to his problem. I think musically, he feels like he's a failure. That is why he's ranting on doing some things like that. And not him alone. Ningo Pram MP Jata.
Yeah, George.
Sam George, he has a banter with him on Twitter, and Sam George used the same statement, your dead career, on Twitter. When you assess yourself to a particular pointer, they make same compliment to what you've assessed now. No,
it is becoming a fact.
Because nipa baku mienu bi nso boss wo mra wa tena se assess ho na hu say is becoming a fact. That is what Papy Kojo is going through. He has done so much in the music industry with a lot of collaborations, getting hits, getting the mentioning. But as it stands now, when he stand back and look at his peers, where they are going now, he feels like they've opened the gap. because even the trend that now Joy B Efa said they started in Wakofa Creswade line, and he's trying to pave way or still now going the journey. That shows how unknown determined so beko. But people your frustrations actually now doing too much. He needs to calm down. I think he needs to understand life cycle. Yeah. He needs to understand life cycle. And you say, the more you are going, the better baby you flop. Now a pager now that is how the life is. Until we are trying. He need a psychological person around him as you are talking right now. His state of mind is not stable. That's why he's always having. The moment you say something a little bit about him now, no one talk. Meaning he's having a lot going on in his mind, creating so many confusions and controversies in his mind. But people joke problem no woman no brass. I mean, I was say what better set no physically no there he's okay, but psychologically, mentally no, he's not that okay. He's not sound very well. Let's come back to Sikaya or Mr. Eazi way. You've worked on a project which belongs to Guilty Beat perfectly, but it was Empower project which belongs to Mr. Eazi.
Yeah.
That's why he's saying say at the end of the day, no, who guilty say Uncle Mr. Eazi no solid. Because to have your trademark on a song and you are not being paid, I think say it's not fair judgment here. Yeah. So Mr. Eazi too needs to do the needful. But in order say we push it for your sikano, the right person and the right people are so from soon be brave or Uko studio, you met so people Guilty Beat or there are so many people around that moye nyomono patapanu nyina wo honoma moye nyomono, they are all around. So if all these people around you are, is Twitter the best place to come and collect your money? No. Use the right channel to get your money. And me transfer for frustrations and kasa bebre and sembi esa obia who say something is wrong with you. But let's see this. If Papy Kojo have contacted even you, that Basame, and you may name Mr. Eazi here, Guilty Beat here, into America. It's a whole news on its own.
Say no one no.
Say no.
Say okay, say okay.
Now,
or
reporter, I'm a journalist. I'm a journalist.
Reporter, I'm a journalist. Journalist saying to you, "Who are going to be the first one? First one, I will say, oh, the man, how me cut Twitter, Kojo.
Where there are many people over there, if you like take him on, it's also another angle because we all know when you're nearby, your tone voice was so you can take him on to get your claims. So why do you sit here and say you are going to Twitter? People just sound on say I no and sound yes sir. But all the same no, once you are moving on in the creative industry no, I think say I was seeing psychological man be psychologists be around him. No share na dream kakra because baby are all kono. Enya hanko any platform you give him, he's going to speak the same thing. Any platform you give him, he's going to say the same thing. Meaning, frustration or come is too much. And I'll urge Mr. Eazi too. You know the person I've worked, and when you worked, you get paid.
Yeah.
So if he really knows, say he did not give a dime to him. Yes, Rena. Okay, showbiz daily pa. Okay.
Okay.
Pam. Yes, Rena. Onye na ni meni he no ntua. Na say Papy Kojo kra say kro the cabinet se nema on fan sorting no out because we fit buy no. On said danya bibiasa na on fan sorting to one out. Na at the end of the day industry ni nyina yen live peaceful.
Well, thank you Derek Money. Nana Reagan Beef Nation president. Where's your beef element kakra so. Beef far end na you moving on.
But I mean I like what Papy Kojo is for some obvious reasons. You know, one of the best remedy for a frustrated person is to allow the person to speak up.
To rant, yeah.
Jana, but they share so because maybe I can say, "Obi are frustrated." Especially when the person feels bitter about somebody betraying him or trying to make him look like I say, "Oh no, they said Jimmy for." And I say, "Bibi no, a hard dream, especially when it happens to celebrities." because the celebrities then you be an asem hana. It's making me bold about public in my barber.
From where you press, apart from celebrities, here suffer.
So the thing, yes, the thing is that we shouldn't even center this whole conversation around mental, psychological problem and all of those things. Is it true that Eazi owes him some money? Is it true? If it is true, a banner or the neka, a year no juma no more year, na was say Eazi didn't see man. Why is Eazi holding on to
but Banana, I hope so I'll also be asking questions like Papy Kojo, with his knowledge in the industry, if he can go into a contract and now cry, say, and Tiane Kadia, then what has he been doing all these years?
Well, it's a very
you understand what has he been doing? Because the nice you split sheet for accounting here, you are diverted there to account, you are diverted with the account by a BA before D Black released his latest song.
Yes.
Or himself was sample appeatus. Or present ne part the portion man say this is for you. This is where your portion will be coming.
And aside that, even appeatus the publishers crown are online active. So the moment the track is being played,
so what is people just saying? Say, and Mr. Eazi, like the way he understands music, the music industry,
the way he understands it.
Well, say what it's a legit point. But you see, sometimes what we see around these people in camera and from afar, when we say it like that, it's not what happens when you are close to them. Sometimes celebrities can act as if they are working professionally. Everything is happening. But when they are in that small room studio, it is a different conversation. I will blame Papy Kojo if he did not go through all these procedures or channels we are talking about. I mean, we've sat on platforms, we've talked about it so many times that advising artists, Charlie, Moko, split sheet, to make sure what fellow say, why you say. Now, it should be a command, but yeah, kasa. But there's also a deliberate attempt to cheat somebody. That thing always make us say we shouldn't close our eyes on it.
So some people
yes, there's always and any music space in the there's always a deliberate attempt by certain people to take advantage of certain mess beat of other people. And you see those people they are forces. When you are fighting them, it is not I don't know why science species. I don't know why you say they also try and build certain defense. Say they be a they will use those defense to run away and get away with whatever that they are doing. So what Papy Kojo is doing, first of all, for him to be speaking up, it is good. Let's allow him. Let's listen. Let's pay attention to what he is saying. Let's try and ask questions from the other quarters too. Why is Mr. Eazi quiet about it? Is it that in 7 hours cano and you no cranting on person or back kasa or babe responded to and now a no crack name out of shame into on person or kasa. He says something, say people are acting saints on social media. It is true. It is true. Sometimes we be over radio so sikano I was some of my head say budget say na who say currency mo twa video no omo so mo nya say Sammy flex mo bloggers omo so mo promote o so mo nya say enti Sammy flex can 2000 but or just 2000 invest on it 2000
on farmer chairman
tia blog and so
chairman tia blog
over mother
chairman tia blog and so
what I say enti sometimes some of these conversations we need to really open it up and have this conversation from all angles and address it. I mean, since they say on country to Mbobia and so now we move say Twitter Ejiska
why boy bia obi ajibi da
yes, maybe you think say Twitter say brasa me somebody me minimobia or new obinya sika ho business ho chinye jekakra and then the panel just a single post or the man warning and no crap or money pan do but all connected post in the doors now to say ya ma 48 hours
Come and
do say, yeah, but I yeah, rant. It's after 48 hours, you know, one man made there was a way. Yeah, but rant. Within 48 hours.
Scan drop here.
Scan drop.
To a quadan kajiska.
Yes, or your social media.
Wow.
When it's social media, no. It depends on, you see, there are some people on social media and found when they did the born on the fan on I said, Mom Papa. That's a Mom Papa.
Yeah, no numbers, this is a share. Never be shaman, now Richie.
And there are some people who also sometimes they get emotional over the rants on social media and they want to do the needful. A boy on my bed trigger almost okay, challenge my afraid the past listen on and Kasana. Okay, you see, I can't. So sometimes it triggers that behind.
So do you see him getting any results from what he's doing?
I'm not saying everything he's saying is the truth, but it depends on what he is going to put on Twitter. If it is the truth, now say the people involved wants to be reasonable people. Definitely, some crop man respond to Twitter now. Say Twitter banter be we cannot react. Definitely, there will be some calls to sit down and address the issue.
Okay.
And ekobade sa komodi ni nyamba pe no e bia honom na okay chale see how sika dey bend den and me sa be dey aka me dey okay dey my be 2 months e betu.
Okay.
It happens just like somebody coming into the media to rant maybe on Peace FM or on Showbiz Daily to say oh nipa asibesi me na business so atana me sika say na nipa na ba be respond that sometimes we get solutions. It has happened at Peace FM several times.
Oh yeah.
I know. So people we shouldn't just be as a baby hano because you say or TV so or channel can JB asem and the actual radio so or can Mr. Eazi asem. I mean, these are people he has worked with. Apart from working with, I'm sure he has a certain personal relationship or new movie. Yes, there is something. And let's pay attention to that. Let's open up the conversation. Now they were about them crap now. We should speak for the other side to also respond to some of these issues.
Okay, thank you so much, Nana Reagan. Thank you, Roland Amate, and to Derek Money as well. Now, we are moving on to our third phase of the show. This is Showbiz Daily. Remember, we come your way every weekday evening, 8:30 p.m. from Ghana time. We are live, and you can also join us with your comments. Remember, we also want you to be part of it. Contribute to it, and let's do it as we have always been doing it. Now, Stonebwoy is also talking about Twitter. So once again, let's go back to Twitter. I'm sure today we will be doing half of the show on Twitter. And Stonebwoy has been talking about what he described as negative agenda. Stonebwoy feels there is something called negative energy around our industry. And when I actually saw him talking about it, I was asking that, hey, do we still have celebrities of their stature who are still scared of what people say on Twitter? Do we still have celebrities who are still worried or who are bothered about the things said about them on Twitter? Now, Stonebwoy thinks the agenda is started by some section of people. I don't know who exactly he was talking about, but he knows in our industry there are some people like that. And he thinks if we don't stop this kind of attitude, we are going to not progress. Stonebwoy says if we don't stop this, our music industry will never make any headway with this negative energy and negative agenda all over. He was speaking on Assassin Radio with Caroline, and Caroline asked all the questions that Stonebwoy was talking about. Now, Stonebwoy said something, I don't know whether it was deliberate, where he said he didn't come. I don't know.
He didn't come.
I don't know whether it was deliberate. Stonebwoy, but I want to believe, let's go watch that. When we come back, we'll do the review.
The time we would use to create agendas in trying to, this goes 360, not just me. Agendas are there. When the foreigners or foreign media chances on Twitter, on Ghana Twitter, they find some things that are like, there was a foreign Yankee lady who visited Ghana one time and wrote some very positive things about Ghana and said, what's her name?
Yeah.
Ari Lennox.
Ari Lennox, yeah.
This girl wrote something so innocent and felt like, yeah, I want to move to something around those ends. Like some people, not all of us, some immediately felt like, using Twitter as a toxic platform to get at the girl and say, now, oh, bada ben, I say, hana odo, na hana ope. And these are Ghanaians. And these are the things that I don't understand. Like, as much as you be like you want to play big man and don't mind these things, you see, if the wise keep mute, the fools multiply.
Yeah.
So there's a high multiplication of
the fools talk.
Which is right, bro, which is right. Because these people just get on Twitter, 2 followers, 3 followers with agenda-mindedness and negativity, and it is now having effect on the lot. That girl had to go and delete and answer.
Yeah.
What is that?
And even she left Twitter for a while.
What is
It was
that?
too much for her to
Where did it all start? If I'm wrong, correct me, because I don't know it all. But it started by some agenda kind of thing.
Yeah.
This
And
girl
then it
didn't
just
say nothing negative. You know what I mean? Stone, we're all invited. We hook up with Kendrick Lamar.
See the pictures.
That's the levels. There were other people, Sharif, Amare, Small God. Small God, who's a producer and was there. If you came, you came. If you didn't came, don't worry.
Yeah. So those who didn't come had a lot to say.
But don't do like you didn't came, and because maybe your favorite didn't came, then it has to be an agenda to say that the ones who were there, they are lick feet, they are follow, they are that's like,
boy.
And you'll be tagging these people, and then you are wishing for somebody else. Okay, how would I even say it? Like, you cannot hate what you want to become, or you cannot hate what you want your favorite to become.
Alright, so that was an Asase video, or better, Asase radio video. I played the Stonebwoy and Caroline in that discussion. Now I'm coming back to the studio where Roland will start this one again. For me, about negative energy. I'm talking about negative energy online. Stonebwoy thinks it is something disturbing our music industry. But sometimes I ask, is this only in Ghana? So Nigeria, let's say their music industry is flourishing. Are we saying that they don't have any negative energy in Nigeria? South Africa, where their music is flourishing, can we say South Africa has no negative energy there? Or better still, America, millions of people, their music is flourishing around the world. They are leading music. Can we say there is no negative energy there? So when our artists say negative energy, what is really the problem? And what can we do to prevent this negative energy, if there is even a solution at all? Ro, you are starting this. Let me get your opinion on this one, and
Stonebwoy's
let's move.
Negative energy comment there. It is, I think it is, the comment is, the submission is very apt, but one thing that we should not forget is that it is just like Bonnet. It is at every corner, every part of the world, every industry. What he is talking about is in there. At the just ended, is it MVCA?
Yeah.
That happened. You should see some of the AMVCA. You should see the kind of comments that came when this guy won the overall. That is the comedian. The one that won. People were saying he didn't deserve it. Sabinus won, and they said it was Mr. Macaroni that deserved it. You should see the kind of comments and bullets people were throwing on social media. So you can clearly see say there happen more baby. But another angle is also that it happen more baby until yes you nye biana. Sebi obi Jimmy woni fear. Wunsu be Jimmy bi. That is the question Stonebwoy is asking. Because yes, Osikeni no ebi obejimi, Osikeni ni ban bejimi. But because of the resources of Wontino, Ojimi krana, the effect of side Jimmy na ebe ban so no. Enshadan kanasa. But wa wuni hwe no. Ahwe ya na okodi onu chi su ekojimi bi to sa level na ahwe ya na wo to form wan sorry. That is it. Because a brand like Stonebwoy or people of this caliber, almost still, have you guys not grown out of some of these comments? No, they can never be. Even the likes of Jay-Z, Mooney, Beyonce, Kra, still are battling with some of these things. Go on social media, and even Rihanna at a point recently was complaining about how she's not getting, like people are giving her negative comments. Even Nicki Minaj. And these are people that is so many, even our A-list look up to them. Some of our A-list look up to them. You can never grow out of it. Especially when a brand like Stonebwoy just got affiliated to a different brand and is expecting kind of quote unquote a positive vibe or comment. And you know, we should sometimes be very careful as a people. This is not something that is so peculiar with fans. Even them, the celebrities, Nankasa, are also involved when some of these things are happening. Because yes, a fan will come and give a comment which is very bad, add your name, or instead of you, the celebrity, coming out to cancel that or let the person know say that is a no-go area, you keep quiet. Probably as at that particular point, no favor, because you feel say, oh, you've won 6 reggae dancer of the artist of the year. You are looking at the person trumpeting your achievement rather than looking at the insults. So at that point, you keep quiet and you expect that or those people to also keep quiet. No, because but if they would also come out frequently or periodically to let some of these people know, say, yo, you have the right to say whatever you want. In fact, praise whoever you want to praise. But when it comes to using me as a tool to discredit somebody or insult somebody, there, that is a no-go area for me. That is when some of these people will get, they will learn sense. That is when some of these people will learn sense. And sometimes the education also starts from them. It will interest you to know, say, half of the people that love these celebrities are now, currently, most of them are fanatics.
Yeah.
And somebody who is a fanatic doesn't care. Only line bia.
It's you.
Only line bia say or come asem or the ye kutia mo bia or no only parameters bia non so twabom sa.
Our crossing.
So the earlier they understand, say most of the people that like them, because some obi onye fanatic na no obaba akwa kwa e bia na e be check kan sa no aba. The moment oba start say unya certain chord of following and a constant bass, was know that you have accumulated certain fanatics. They will go all out for you. If you are able to tame some of these people, it will transcend through more fanatics, not more ordinary fans. And that is how, as a society, we can see some of these nonsense in our space. Because yes, we have those cyber bullies, and those people, they will be there. Even the Bible says the poor will continue to be with us.
Forever and ever.
Amen. But say because at the end of the day, they multiply to even affect some of the people who are even semi-wise.
I see.
And yes, as a people, we have the right to say whatever we want to say, give any kind of criticisms. But sometimes when we are doing, let's put ourselves at the opposite side, at the receiving end. And see, say, yes, it may be the truth, but style now will come on the tone and the wording and all that.
How will it go to the other person?
Yes, how will you feel, Senke? And to the celebrities as well, know that sometimes even some of your comments are what instigate some of these things that people say to others. Because the moment I mean, only many Derek man now only Derek Bayadam for they know that you are automatically my enemy. Know that a fanatic can misinterpret this no matter how your intentions here and misbehave with it. So if they want to sanitize some of these things in the society or in our space, they should know that they also have a part to play. They sit down, think of how they can champion this in the first place, and those people who follow them, who follow suit.
Well said. And I like something Roland said, that the artists, they all know their fan base and how they misbehave. When they are doing it and it's not about them, but when it's coming to them, how they talk. I loved that point. Yes, yeah, Derek, come inside, bro.
Mami Rum.
Rum.
I'm say Stonebwoy is talking out of Nema Bibra, where she was social media amano. Because we are in the industry, if some things are not going well, basically within the industry, everybody have that right to speak out for people to get their opinions. But one thing he has also forgotten is that we are also in an industry or a world where negativity sells. Even when you are building a brand, that's what I say, we stay relevant and then consistent. It goes both ways. It's either good or bad. That's how you can stay relevant. Yes, I know you want to make them payment once and maybe an answer one corner.
Sometimes no I hot.
Sometimes no they're boom. That's how you stay relevant in this industry if you're a brand. And at times, you know, when you have fans, especially when your fans are competing with other fan bases, you meet this along the way. You meet this along the line, which happens. And another role cano. It doesn't happen to only our artists. Even the big artists from the United States of America, the Nigerians, the South Africans, they all suffer this. It's a wake-up call, Anna Odema. All cano nakame peseka or try a way we can use to prevent that. But I say be a questions now and could do.
Yeah.
Because this is something we are living in it. Yet we can't change it. Why? Because Brasa Mobeje the same note here can say Obi whom you screen so keke na nebu afu. No started two negative comments.
Sakwa we be.
Menya na benzo. Oni mi baby a o.
Brown.
Oni mi baby o
who brown.
Yes. These are people within us. But I'm also wondering, Stonebwoy and the level now we're doing the thick skin now when you're now. I think there are some petty things on social media and you can say at times or then attention because the beer level now we're doing so much. We have people who are just online to come and frustrate you. And I'm so kind of agenda. Because when you send out to Def Jam, it's a milestone, it's a journey you are going. So there are people around just to come and frustrate you if you don't take care. Such petty things now creating some confusion within or around your new record. So I'll say, he needs to understand as a musician, as he is a creative person, I work on this milestone from Ghana to Angloga Junction to the world. Certain things shouldn't be a help at all. Because agenda and the day in the industry, best agenda. There be a tune that.
Especially when there are divisive fan bases.
Fan bases. Day agenda. Your best set agenda kakrebi. And none as a why and you're careful now to money and young. That's what I'm advising saying.
So looking at what he was talking about, do you suspect he was talking about, say, the SM guys who started that?
The day no cry now when you're no problem, then I'm for SM for any new woman.
Because if your artist didn't came, he didn't came.
What's that? Yes, son or person or true short, and that's one way or the other. That's the beauty of the game. We say and Crofona ye mum so etisoma. I don't know the day before I be Atija. And it's positioning our industry too.
Yeah.
And there are certain things that Stonebwoy needs to understand. The level now we're doing the petty things we say no person man just flip flop and go. Just flip flop and go. Just flip flop and go. Don't take your time to answer unnecessary offensive comments. I don't know. I can work with who any people and the followers say to the likes say to. That's our comment near hard commenter or some responding. You are rather giving that person a platform to increase his followers.
Okay.
Until why a commercial man. Me once or by attack you. So why do you do a commercial for such person? If he knows all this and understand all this, I think say I was so man the body and yet take or man yet take ye. Because all called them jam na near one home. Because level na we do no. Now no I think we do international standard as an artist.
Okay.
Yes, inti ama a near one so I am focus me say a drum any son or sota krache.
Yeah.
Inti Kobane sana there will be a lot of attacks on you. Since some of them don't know you physically, they use the social media. Until I will advise him, moving forward as an artist, there are certain things that unsuya, adisuya.
People, Sharif, Amare, Small God, you know, Small God who's a producer and I was there. You know, if you came, you came. If you didn't came, don't worry.
Yeah. So those who didn't come had a lot to say.
But don't do like you didn't came, and because maybe your favorite didn't came.
In as much as we are living in a creative art industry, whereby someone behind the scene and the police.
You see, you are wishing for somebody else. Okay, how would I even say? You cannot hate.
Thank you, Derek Money. Well spoken, well delivered, and I like the aptness of the delivery.
Yeah. The way people are poised like for violence. Makes not trending.
Makes me trending.
Once a for fair increment. I say, hey, can I am Lorry fair near 4 CD 80 pesos.
Untia.
Sifon.
And yes,
okay, I get it. Alright, thank you. Now we can wrap up this for me, and let's look at the very last story before we run away from here.
It is a very important topic in our Stonebwoy radio. Very, very critical. And
critical.
Yeah. And especially if you mention Twitter. Twitter, they ask a sebi.
You want a Papy Kojo and Mr.
Ghana, especially Ghana.
That's a someday.
No, where people use it for a lot of positive agenda, but as a young space in the your youth, you know, have normalized Jimmy agenda for just Twitter. If you pay attention to this thing, this individual, let's be observant about it. If you go on Facebook, among our space, you see the kind of things people post on Facebook, the kind of things people write on Facebook. Yes, you move jokes, cracking, but most 70% of the things are conscious things, technical things. They are addressing something in the industry, and I said something of national interest on Facebook.
Oh yes.
When you go to Twitter, the people of bongos are multiplying
ideas
because they feel like there's a certain bongo Jimmy or Twitter no obi timi kotisika ko ware oba no akwa show oba na 9 issue e hye no abe twa picture na wa kan kwasasem ato ho na nkrofo enti ono so feel say so ono so yet say bongo na nkrofo be retweet be quote ni we a screenshot in Twitter also no so agenda Jimmy agenda na sorry some flex eye bia na akotwa some flex onka bibi betimi amaye din komo some flex oh here unim say boys eye deliberate o me ye call microphone show your baby Holland old legends yeah me say you take banana etun me ne Arnold the name Michael money. There was a young guy, I don't know, say not only one of the radio guys in Binana. Oti akonya so say na me person me share Barcelona match. And you know the phone, I know they actually winning na OE Barca match no so she. And na Barca nya penalty. And on bobo share. And na boy ne fan the other phone. I was watching the ball until me na console. And you typing na me hwe. And if you see the kind of things he was saying, mention Barcelona Twitter handle. Can kwasi asempao like tweet no any nyansa bien but we na tweet you and I'm Charlie, why they do this kind of tweet like what you they talk where you mention Barcelona no you think say it be fact. Say but you don't know Twitter. What do Twitter they for respond before talk something they for respond.
Agenda.
So idea it's not about to say something positive or do raise the agenda. Agenda na nkwasi agenda. But omo dia na say ebia ma who said and since I flex the role and the back pa showbiz daily pa ma men kok yam no reply. Na me na ye banta kakra na omo so ebia man for screen and no keke na obo esiniti mo. Look at the example on Stonebwoy mentioned was shown to say Obi an international person.
I remember that.
Abeka say Ghana na place of Kekeu.
I'm so
and the funny thing is that the funny thing is that you see why it will be fun to some people. It will be fun to some people because of the political division among us. Obi be feel say yes, enye na aba na woso. Enti ge na kasa na obi mo kasa
government guy popular.
Yes, into the young and these are the kind of forgetting say if we should encourage it aban ba ko ntena aban mu enkusida also aban beba so also aban ba we have to
Ghana.
Make sure say we can say the same agenda people na and number ba saba be good Twitter hono enti I don't say you at the end of the day the good things no we don't even pay attention to it. Na Jimmy Enyama na ma agenda ma the same group of encrofoketu bi ehun to mo na ye so what he is saying there it is very very critical. Hey, what they buy a music space no na say bia all set agenda or Twitter to even make artists be album and trendy and all of those things are. Yes. Me I don't have any problem with it. But there are some of the agenda to me say like nipa we pen or person onya retweets. And as a person obi screenshotting a tweet being confirmed bibi ade bako esaya me ya most of our influencers on the other platforms. Sanka nanka a certain bongo ideas I tweet or Twitter and na obi anko screenshot. I'm member to Facebook.
Caleb
bongo idea obe satya adwin but onya tweet somebody who or no onya adena bongo idea you know who as a matured professional person no akako screenshot the thing can say or man croffa ba ya bongo ideas on the post na ase keke but onim say and no now that is the result bongo idea is also looking for mumbe yame na crofo so yeah akwa bongo na otifie ni ho atono
nani
agi but so obi hu no we nani won Jimmy for asem de obi hu no obu nani chese ejama hey on be Jimmy biem da but unye hu na mano sa cross no open eyes no open na akwana savage and no akike savage na man hey na and want to be out sorry anopa or per savage post or per savage comment e dey akwa celebrity be Twitter say and I say be me akase yakwa nani adio yakwa no hard yakwa yes on not strong kwase. I think that is some of the agenda a has Stonebwoy. I mean they say I am who say artists as individuals when they come up with some of these issues. I mean the reason is that men man say enfa ho enka wo wonti you don't have to talk about it.
Okay.
Yes, penimu a otene fema nkwalare na nka no ebu na nkawe fo a oka. Enti wo no emfa ho no can address it said the we can find a way to yin fi okra but we can there's a way we can minimize it. Me say adenti na Ghana for do na entime hit to a clubhouse. One clubhouse platform. It's also a social media app. But when you go on Clubhouse
na kwa guys me dey hold there miniska me dey beba for
I have been on Clubhouse. I have followed some of the things people do there. That's I mean sometimes me joining
so that app is still there.
Yes, it's there.
I deleted mine not long ago.
Very active. It's very active, but it depends on your interest, what you want to be discussed, what you want to hear.
Just like LinkedIn.
Yeah. Yes.
LinkedIn.
They are powerful platforms.
Eugene Vidro.
Yeah, that your guy.
The guy is a beast on LinkedIn.
That's I mean. They are powerful platforms. You see, I think Ghanaians people want the cheap way, so they are using the cheapest platforms where people don't even measure nyansasem. Because this clubhouse that I'm telling you, one share how you because I don't know to a certain bongo idea or to be our OG. Everybody there's a topic for discussion.
You can't say.
You started Twitter a space.
Yeah.
How many people Jimu or Twitter no say why space they are discussing very relevant. Discussing it. Make people people. It's not about going to do the space somewhere. But people who are really discussing issues or making positive agenda, very few. But most of them there on Twitter, they would want to be doing the bongo idea stuff kind of things.
VGM after VGM, space, interview.
How many people even join?
And just in a host here, hosted Stonebwoy, Kidimu, Black Sheriff.
You understand? Yeah. So there are platforms that are very, very relevant, and people are using it for positive stuff. Me say clubhouse, and sometimes maybe me so then I'm listening. Me share topic interesting me.
No,
doctors and wow. No more discuss it.
Sorry.
So people should know some of this agenda, and me I am happy say Stonebwoy na kasa oka say I Canada a chino say chino and who here say celebrities will talk about some of these things. Say the be our fan be credit do wechi na ojimi okasa agenda for na e pese run the team a obetene fie to no ho.
All right, thank you so much, Nana Reagan. Thank you, Roland Amate, and to Derek Money. Now, to the very last story today. I know this is also another agenda topic today. I like the way the topics are related, you know. The topics are related, one to the other, one to the other, one to the other, like that. This is also an agenda topic. Now, let me say, first of all, big ups to all the guys who are doing music reviews online. Some people call it reaction, some people call it breakdown, some people call it reviews, based on how you call yours. First of all, I'm bigging you guys up. You guys are becoming instrumental in the promotion of music in Ghana. Big ups to you. We enjoy what you guys are doing, and we encourage you to even do some more. Now, Way Your Thing is a music producer, and he has observed some of these happenings, and he is thinking that, one, the ways most of them are doing it is not the best of ways. That is what Way Your Thing is thinking. That he's actually thinking that you guys are doing what he wants to describe as sing along. I send you reviews and I break down music reviews now. You know what you guys are doing, sing along. You play a song and whoa, bad, and it say it is not right. And again, his worry is that most of them even do it to mock some musicians. And he gave a clear example of a Kojo Sheldon and a Sarkodie banter, where Kojo Sheldon, after reviewing Sarkodie's rap lines in some song, said, oh, Sarkodie goofed. Meanwhile, Sarkodie was right in what he said. But unfortunately, Kojo Sheldon took that part and made it look like Sarkodie goofed. Otin is not very happy about this. We are going to watch Otin's interview, a brief of it, and the full interview is also online. I think it was the first video we posted on this day. So if you want to watch it, you can refresh the page, go through it and watch the full interview to understand what Otin said and what really he meant. Then when I come back, I'll ask my people, first of all, their general opinion, because I know they have all seen them. Their general opinion. Hey, let me say big ups to Headless YouTuber. Today he came to comment on Otin's video as well. So when we come back, I'll get their general opinion on these music reviews, breakdowns, the good, the bad, and the ugly about it. And again, the mockery aspect of it. Whether some people will do it to mock at others. Let's watch this. When I come back, we will do the breakdown before we say goodbye to you.
Just this weekend, I realized something that Kojo Sheldon had done. Just this weekend, I realized something that Kojo Sheldon had done.
Oh yeah, I think I saw it on the timeline.
And I had to throw it at him.
I saw it on the timeline where in one of Sarkodie's songs, he talked about creatine.
Creatine. Sammy, me, I have been using creatine. Anytime I feel like I've put on too much weight, we have creatine pre-workout, which I use, and it gives me endurance. We have creatine blast, we have creatine this, creatine that. when you go into the bodybuilding world, creatine is no new word. And I saw him laugh at Sack. First of all, what I had was, dude just wants to laugh, or he just wants to tarnish an image. These are the two things. Because without this is not on the spot where Sammy asked me something. So what do you think about this, or what? And I haven't researched to understand. So I say something, and I later realized that no, this is not what it is. I made a mistake. But this is a content that you sat down to research, and you knew what you were coming to put out, and you put something that is inaccurate out against a brand. And once you realize, the only thing you do is you come back and rebut your own video and put the right thing out. But you feel it's out and it's giving you numbers, so you don't even care about which image you are touching or you're tarnishing. Let's be very honest. Sometimes we sit online and, let me use this word, misbehave. Let me go on to use this word, fool. And we forget that these same people that we misbehave against, when we see them one-on-one, we can't even look them in the eye and tell them. Well, they are doing what they can do. But in my opinion, I think they're getting a lot of things wrong. And they need to go back to the drawing board.
Okay.
When it comes to music review, it entails a lot. It's a whole spectrum. You can say you're doing a sing-along. I mean, that's what I call most of them. They do sing along. Obana me dono no dena kuma ma me na me deni kofie. O say hey wati tiha no apostle no. O say obana odono o dena kuma ma no e no deni kofie. Bars my nigga. Yo,
ensemble bien.
No ensemble bien. That is a sing along in my opinion. But if you want to break down, that is no breakdown. Is that a lyrical breakdown or what? If you really want to break music down, you start from top. Talk about intro. You talk about the bed, that's the beat. You can even go further by talking about the key, the melody. You know, the origination of that melody. If there are samples in there, where those samples were taken from traces of those things. Now you come to the vocals on the beat. Talk about the choice of melodies that were used. You know, come down to even the backing and all that. Kojo Sheldon, Kojo, you goof. But
never fuck up.
Who never fuck up? But this one you fuck up. So you for come back. It's creatine, not carotene.
Okay, so that was Way Your Thing, an interview we had earlier here on Sammy Flex TV. I've told you can watch the full interview, and I appreciate the conversation. I've read comments under the video and it feels so good. People are really loving it. People are really appreciating the conversation. To them, it was very deep. It was a nice one, and I want us to have our own version of the conversation. Now I'm asking Derek Money first to start this. What do you guys why you guys What do you guys think about these music breakdown reviews? Like, and it's one of the popular things people are doing online now. Just that maybe here at Sammy Flex TV we've not seen the love to do it yet, but like people are doing it.
We are doing Rasmoko challenge.
Exactly. Derek Money, what do you think about this whole review thing and Otin's idea or point on Kojo Sheldon mocking at Sarkodie? Review fun. Who is your favorite though among those who are doing that?
Me said that more attention.
Oh, who should have more attention, sir?
Yes, I see Kojo Sheldon and the stuff like that. Double in the fantasy. Headless way. I see them.
YouTuber.
Me said that more. I grown it also. Yeah, I grown it also. And Tiama, me said that more attention.
Okay.
Because anyone no matter that. Maybe I be teen, you be can so cassava who asere.
Not. A problem you
know. Say the same thing. In the times, I don't give them attention. Because when I'm online, I dear, and said that creative, I don't pay attention to it. Which one you? But let's come back to our discussion. I think the breakdown on the ish, especially when you go to YouTube nowadays. Maybe the boys are doing well, and I think it's also another juncture of creativity, or better still, a promotional tool like the boy and which is also a content. But when you are doing it, do it well. So at the end of the day, when you are getting the results, you get good results. I think so. Break down it's a nice idea. But when you are breaking something down, you start from the head to the down. That's where you are going to get the exact breakdown. You don't just come here and then you start to break here and you come and tell me you're breaking my song down or you're breaking my bottle down. No, you don't break from bottom. And to more reactions now, more break down, it's good for the industry. But they should understand what they are doing well. And yes, they will sit on their platform and just be doing anything for laughs. Because I can boldly tell you, say, so many TikTok or short videos, if you are watching and it reach a portion, they insert the shading video be SEO. No matter for Kojon cancer, so you see the mentality.
Yeah, or quality not tough. Yeah, and the meter.
Well, now Kojon cancer away now. Now look at all this. I grown on the air canoe. So at the end of the day, no, Obia Konoma or Kokwa. Again, let's start with this. Do you know they take money to do the breakdown?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have a guy be
and you beer no mujinis canemo. Well,
yes.
And you beer no mujinis canemo and you free.
And you free. And you free.
Okay.
This cancer no mind because I know a guy be on man or the number 7 year old man not knowing say when they can go to Akrama Kojo did that. And so later back at them so to Kojo and you nan kasa me meeting na nyom na papa. And so Kojo you break down a this guy. So once I mean you see because when I listened to the song I was like this song because there are some words it's not good for lyrically music. So what they are doing a good job, but they should know exactly what they are doing and doing it right. Because if you are breaking the song down, and not a way of thinking, there are so many factors you need to consider before breaking it down. You don't just stand up, wake up, and break somebody's song down. Especially when they are doing the breakdown, they go deep into where you made the mistake. So they will use that mistake as a strong tool to backlash you, which I think is not right. Let's come back to where obtain the submission. I think say that's a perfect observation. He's a sound engineer. He understands what goes into music.
Exactly.
So when you are breaking a song made by him, he expects you to break down from the key, from this lyrical, this thing, So at the end of the day, when he watches your video, he can learn something out of it. So when he goes to the studio the next day,
you know what to do right.
This guy broke my song down, and I have to adjust here. I have to adjust it. At the end, he come out with a perfect song. So if they are doing the breakdown, they should listen to or go and watch this interview again. Get knowledge from way of thing. Then they use it along the line. And at the end of the day, that's the profession they've taken to do. They've chosen.
Yeah.
And we are all supporting them. But to do it right, to help the industry, don't go to one corner and then do some stuff just for your financial benefits, and then at the end of the day, you'll be tarnishing somebody's image
in the long run.
In the long run, it won't help. Because Maghreb say, "Need you know, last time I'm growing a dorsal. Cause you showed on. I'm going to turn that cry now. Already we all your night team said the comic is too much. Although that's why I'm so views.
Yeah, some amount for pay.
Yes, because I have my former manager not catch him. I say Oba France Omopun Ejuma Befia. Stress in the doors. So they go online just to go and laugh.
To be able to master yeah.
Yeah, good to go. It's a time you the number. I'm like, that's what they want. So he's giving it to them. But meanwhile, the right thing is supposed to be done the right way. That's what they are getting it wrong. But beside that, and I think they are doing extremely well.
Okay, thank you. Roland, you want to ask us?
As I mean, before I make preparation, I want to treat everybody who is in Accra this Friday. Pizus will be performing at the Oak Plaza Hotel, Jamrock.
Oh, the comedy show?
Yes, open mic with Chemical.
Okay.
As
Friday, right?
Yes, this Friday.
Hey. The Beko Sorry and Sunday Aqua, Nancy, Beko and Sunday Aqua Sorry. This Friday, could you kids are our best sponsors? Okay, yeah, Ro.
That's I mean, we are team statements and then never be brain never my dream. You see, there's still more kind say when the wise keep quiet, the fools multiply. But I think say I would want to use that statement, but I feel say very harsh. In the sense yes, Way Otin has made a very good observation. In fact, a idea when people like him try to speak out at this point in time, we will be able to save ourselves so many damages in the future. Very good, especially coming from somebody of his caliber and a background. Good, but let's get some of these things right and not confuse ourselves. One of my favorite people when it comes to some of these music reviews and breakdown is Headless.
Headless YouTuber.
Headless YouTuber. I think that guy is doing so well, just like all the others. But one thing that makes us say we shouldn't confuse ourselves is let's not confuse ourselves with breakdown. That is music breakdown, review, and reaction. What Otin said to him, he feels that most people are doing sing along, which is some way somehow true. But I also feel that what most of our people do is a reaction, and not necessarily breakdown. That is where most statement of don't listen to their words, watch their actions comes to play. Yes, the person can tell you me a breakdown, but ube komuno not even a breakdown in poa, just the lyrics breakdown pen oye. You can watch the full length of the person's content and you realize that the person never mentioned anything concerning instrumentation or beat or composition or even whatever. So automatically you know say the person just did a lyrical breakdown. That's all. Or a lyrics review. And on that, this is where I say big ups to somebody like Kobichi. And it's Gabriel Hansen also for not only music reviews. Yes.
Gabriel Myers.
Yes, Gabriel Myers. Gabriel Myers, thank you. These are people who, when they are doing music review, they review music reviews. No, they give you the notes, the composition, the lyrics, everything. Into yes, way or team, we know say the young guys or the people who are very vibrant or are very loud these days say reviews. But people who are doing the real reviews should start speaking up. Or per se we music review or music breakdown and not reaction. This is the time you need to come out like we are saying. And tisa, people might confuse the reaction to the breakdown. Because yes, when they do and they laugh, I don't have any problem with it too. Because it is a reaction, the person is just giving you a face value of how somebody is feeling or felt the first time the person heard your song. A reaction. So when Headless plays your song and at a point pauses and gives a comment and laughs, they know that you will be and the person would laugh. It is a form of entertainment. Entertainment comes in different styles. The person will get emotional. I should start thinking of some coded language. No, this is something for just for like loose head be just let's not burden ourselves. So what most of our people are doing, the likes of Konyusha, the Headless Magreb, they are doing music reactions. And no more yet. Even if they want to go deeper, that is when they just tackle the lyrics and that's all. So way your observation is a very good observation, which I think now we need people who are more music inclined.
More musical.
Yes, more musical. I'll make me actually say, okay, I think say note to any you see a key when any key will do as your flat, you do as you see. Then we can have a whole then we can know how to separate the reactions from the reviews or the breakdowns. Other than that, say if people like Way Otin and the likes of Kobe Cheney, Gabriel Mu keep quiet and they don't bring us more of their reviews, people, if the best is not available, the available becomes the best.
The best, yeah.
So what is available to us is what we are going to consume. So if and the other aspect of them tarnishing a brand, it is one of the unfortunate aspects of the whole thing. When we said the more I endorse, the more I say the end kakra ebe free. Definitely we will get some of these things until the people who are going to do the total music review begin to spring up periodically. Some of these things will continue to happen. And it is a very good call from Way Otin. This is where we need people, the likes of Hamamo. Yes, we know that they are busy doing a Kumfi food juice and A1 bread. But then, say a bimpo music review and a complete reviewer. If you hear OTBB will be new, now feeling say, oh, this is something that I need to highlight. I need to let people know. Maybe a sample be a wate and it has a certain background, be historic background be you can come and educate, and that is how we can see some of these unfortunate incidents air attack brands now. At the end of the day, most of the one you can open the discussion but when you keep quiet, because even though say we are more musical now these guys continue to infiltrate the space with more reactions now it will get to a point people will see those things as breakdowns, which is why even the musicians themselves see they call and when they go there, what do they ask for? Is it the breakdown or the reaction? That is it. So it is a very good call, but I will entreat say if they want to keep reactions as reactions and let us know the difference between breakdowns or reviews from reactions, this is the time the likes of Way Otin and those who do the
have to come into
they have to come into play and come and give us that education.
Okay, Anarigan, continue. Yeah.
Our music can I say reactors? Music reactors. I mean, they are doing well. Most of them are doing very well for themselves, but not for sometimes the people they even do it for. And this is a very good observation. As a music producer, waiting at I will say a bonabaso. I mean, me for some time I've noticed it. For a very long time. The other day I was speaking to Kwame Dazi of City FM, and we were talking about the days of flexxnewspaper where Kwame will use a whole page to review a song, a single song, sometimes 2 weeks to sit behind, listen to a song and review it. And then now who will be no so camera scene so now we born now our post now we are saying why music. You see, I think say people get certain tags very wrong. If you are reacting to music, just tag yourself like that. If you are breaking down reviewing songs, tag yourself like that and do it right. But in our space, unfortunately, and yet omo reacted to any omo from home music breakdown for anyone I'm an. There are vloggers who see themselves as bloggers.
Yeah.
There are art and entertainment journalists who call themselves bloggers because they think they also take pictures and they post on social media and all of that. So the confusion is bibri. There are publicists who end up doing manage Juma. They don't write or they like. There are a whole lot of confusion in our space.
Somebody has an Instagram following and the person is a blogger.
Yes, yes.
Just Instagram followers is a blogger.
So the confusion is
numbers.
The confusion is plenty. I mean, it's everywhere. So I think say we are one of them or pointed out, and it's very, very critical because it is most of the time. Say now, you see, because we don't think about how other people see us and the kind of feedback because ABS, if somebody who is a musical person is in America or in UK and he is affiliated or associated with a very big brand, say Def Jam, Sonnie Music, you know, maybe our back, you see there's a popular person there, the person review or break down music, your friend could just tell, so let me go to his channel and, you know, listen or watch some of the breakdowns and see which artists break it down to even consider those breakdowns. I mean, okay, if we really want to engage Ghanaian artists, I mean, because acquiring me a break it down, to tell say these talents are very good talents. But Obebano, nah, munti. Ho! Theater. Sa microphone.
Bars.
I'm serious. At the end of the day, even Ghanaian artists to some extent, they will not even take as serious. Because if you are breaking down, I was happy when I watched the entire interview. I was like, hey, Charlie, this is critical now. Sammy or
I know. Critical,
like somebody who is talking about music breakdown. On one kazankaza onim what a music notice. Onim what melodies. Onim key. Onim free. Cameron when you YouTube subscribers send us your music or break.
And I am paid Dino, and shading mom.
That is what I'm saying. Call yourself a music reactor or something. Or even no, don't so go on my lyrics. Or shall lyrics I believe no. Fast said you said in
it is still a reaction. It is still a reaction.
No, I'm coming. There's a way. Because you said in the say no. What you say? Or pekesa call the rap lines no. To tell what it makes sense and what doesn't make sense. That could equally be termed as non-fact because now David Maulin said the same thing on Facebook, but on the
I was script, and
it was very beautiful. Non-fact lines in music. It was very entertaining, and it even draw people's attention to rappers. So if you want to find a way, like know what you are putting out and find the right tag for yourself. Don't say me a broadcaster and I'm as an entertainment journalist. Now coming in Juma. Oh yes, I mark the whole and you see the moment the danger is that the moment Nipani obey some mistake na obeying numbers, everybody don't pay attention to the wrongs again. The numbers is enough. Into not normalize you know. So Charlie, once I hear we and call for pen number and also ye be. Charlie, ya what obi enough obi in fact, yes sir, for say omo person because that is or say what technical service actual policy service they be the service trending and captain polo name something
and trending
on so baby
I'm a kind wegu
oh yeah
I'm a kind wegu
so that is sometimes that is the danger in it, but this is a bit. Can you just imagine say I can Ghana you unconform reacting to music you unconform breaky review songs and see say Aqua channel the Aqua Charlie with all seriousness I'm going to learn
like the days of Leroy.
Yes. those the way they doing judgment board. Like if somebody nipa na kasa,
people are learning,
yes. Judgment means any panic as people are not just saying things like
or
just
even bit ultimate tune now say you sang in this key.
Yes.
This is where you pick your melodies from. When you say samples were
bro, people are learning. But see no, in fact, me say media space no especially. You are taught the educative bit of our journalism. You are watching.
No, unya numbers.
Burna Boy recent song released here. David Braxton, one artist, sample, and of fire, and on the year and the last no. Can you imagine say up performing or billboard? No? Almost like 10 articles. I mean, when they are referring to him performing that song, they go and bring Sir David Braxton sample. They make you know, say, Sir Daniel no performing. It is a sample of this song.
Of course. Okay. So in wrapping up, no, I think say we are not saying they should stop what they are doing.
Yeah.
We are only asking that sometimes stagnant or tag confusing and it makes them look funny as well. Especially going to laugh at somebody at the crowd. Now, so just find the right tax, do what they are doing. I mean, it's also a form of entertainment. Entertaining if you money at the other, but they should find the right tax. Normal fan tag.
All right, another fantastic day just ended. That is the Tuesday's edition of Showbiz Daily with my wonderful pundits. And do you think which of them deserves to win the next pundit of the wait, you don't get what I'm doing. Now that Kojo has won and he's been pronounced, the next person is being monitored. So who knows? Some of our viewers can help judge. Oh, let's consider this guy. Let's go. Who knows? They can influence Professor. So please, who do you think in today's submission deserves to be nominated for the best pundit for the next quarter? Please write it down and tag Professor Ankonan Rebel. He's watching. Thanks so much, Nana Reagan, Beef Nation President. He's a journalist, blogger, promoter. Roland Amate is a talent manager, and of course, he just told us his artist P Zeus will be performing on Friday at the Oak Plaza Hotel on the Springtex Road. So if you live around or if you be coming to town, yeah, that is the guy. Okay, these are the guys you are talking about. Jamrock, Oak Plaza Hotel, East Airport, and they are performing. So if you want to check them out, and let's go cheer them up. And to Derek Money, he's also a journalist and he's a blogger, he's a talent manager, and one of the guys gunning for the best pundit of the next quarter. I know, right? And the guys behind the scenes, the guitar Rasta is on camera. You can call him Currency. Richie Flex is the editor and director of the show. Show produced by Emmanuel Foy Lapiji. And our creative director is Gideon Nilam Tessin. My name is Sammy Flex, always the chairman when I sit at the other side. I'm not a chairman. I also speak. So I also win the best pundit on Sammy Flex Speaks. Until then, tomorrow, same time, let's meet about more showbiz content, more educative, entertaining, and refreshing content here on Sammy Flex TV. Why don't you subscribe to our channel and let's do more. We are out of here.